Ladies, gentlemen, karibuni sana kwa this other episode that we are having right now. Najua pale nje kidogo kuna some people that are hurting and some people that have some pain in some many ways. So leo nimewaletea nas. Leo nimewaletea nas. Makesh.
What's up, Jesse?
Kaende kwambie.
What an introduction.
Sorry Masam.
From today, you address me like that.
Like Anas, but mimi niko na swali. Nani ndio Anas Toto?
Anas Toto?
Ni wewe ama ni hao wengine? Niko confused because nyore ni warembo mnanipiga chenga pale.
Sisi wote we are Anas Toto in our own ways.
Mngesema Manas Toto.
Hapana, kila mtu kuna wake anapenda. So it's personally Anas wangu, Anas.
So wewe nani anakupenda?
Si wewe.
Umegonga. Headshot guys, go out. Ukwaje lakini?
Nikafiti Jesse.
Na story nakupelekaje?
Niko poa, ndo tumemaliza kushoot season 2.
Kuna season 3 ama butela aenda Tyler Perry Studios.
Unataka
akapewa deal ya good doctor.
Na mtu alisema tunaenda kushuta Dr. Toto.
Kama unashuta Dr. Toto, twende Butita. Twende Butita.
You will have to wait and see. Sijui kama mimi inatoka. Anyway,
but mnafanya good job. Ni job poa sana.
Thank you so much.
Sikuwa na expectation itakuwa that big, but
yeah, no and data Butita mwenyewe, but we thank God.
Butita kwani shida yako ni gani? Ujiamini? Check, but that's a very good show na like when the way it's come up. I remember the first episodes nikiona ndikuanga like wacha tuone.
Na sasa mnaona.
Wacha tuone, nimekwambia kiacha mpaka season 2 bana. That's a good show.
Yeah, it's really nice. Actually, it's very good for him to prove people wrong.
When the people that think he's not
kama wewe huyo wacha tuone. Acha tuone.
Siku anasema acha tuone juu ati na siku na kudoubt. Ilikuwa tu wacha tuone because najua we have a very big challenge, but it's a good thing umesema hivyo kwa sababu najua mimi na believe Butita amefanya kazi fiti.
Yes.
Na background yenye ametoka from the stories I hear, hajawahi niambia, labda kama hapa kaya hapa niambie, but hajaini show.
Is that an invite?
That's an invite. So wewe kama hapo niambia kama kile nasema ni uongo. So I think from what I hear ni like he's not from those families that you expect wana.
Oh yeah, he came from Kariobangi, south
Ubango
or north, sijui wapi. Yeah, by this side. But he's done really well for himself. And me, one thing I really admire about him is that he comes from a background of comedy. But now, even the things he's doing is not just for his industry in comedy, it's entertainment all around kwa sababu you see he's promoting film kwa sababu what he's doing is film sindio he's brought more Kenyan audience to the industry. Unajua mtu anaezaenda watch Anas aseme kama ni ya Kenya na ina baba hebu niende nione watu wengine YouTube pia wanafanya nini.
Akina Jesse please subscribe hapo kidogo.
Mkitoka kwa Butita jump here.
Ufanye kwa Butita kama hapa kwanza
hii podcast yako inaitwa Jesse.
Aujui jina podcast yangu? I know subscribe. But I think one thing napenda about Butita, I think one thing I love, what I admire most is cause this podcast is men is about fixing like so many things that are broken in our society.
That's such a nice name.
I know, I'm creative.
Yeah, I mean, you are actually.
Who else can think of me? So, because this podcast is about so many things that have been broken in the society and I feel like us men have been letting down the everybody else. So when I look at Butita naona mtu mwenye ametoka mali, he had a chance to be very discouraged. Like Butita had an opportunity to say F life.
Yeah.
Si lazima nifanye shit.
Yeah.
Naenda university nisome kwa accountant, engineer, whatever, and I go ahead with it. And
also the fact that probably his parents maybe hawangeweza ku afford higher education, he could have done anything else.
Yeah, angekuwa pale Grogo namleta gari and fixie.
Yeah.
Butita the man. Butita change your oil. But I think I admire so much that about him because that's what this podcast is about. It's about inspiring people, like to show people that just because a man who from a very broken society or you're from a family that does not support whatever you want to do.
You're coming up against
you just,
all odds.
You just
really
fight all the odds, alafu unakuja unasimama unakuabutisha mtu mwenyewe.
And you set an example for other people.
Presidential
Can you imagine?
Bra, mina presidential escort na yonanga wapi kwa movies?
Imagine.
Ama kwa barabara traffic akusimamisha.
Kwanza there's a very funny story that Budita tells. Akiniambia story I laugh all the time because it's never not funny. Anasemanga kuna kiatu yake ingine hapo that I think it's just one pair that he used to have. Then alikuwa anatoka kutoka Kariobangi all the way to Kani na juu hajui shortcuts anaenda kama gari. So from Kariobangi mpaka town wherever mpaka like the way matatu would go is how he'd walk to Carnival. And then hiyo kiatu ilikuwa inakauka sana joke pigwa na jua. So for him to remove it, like he couldn't have removed it juu imekauka imemfinya, so he had to pour water on it iachane kidogo.
Kwani ni ngozi ya chui?
So that he can remove the shoe. Na akitoa definitely he has blisters on. Okay, it's not a funny story.
It's not a funny story because this is the thing. I think I never chased a story ever in my life. But a story, as much as tuna address wanu mwingine huko nje, me personally na feel touched kwa sababu kuna set fulani ilikuanga Karen. Ilikuwa someone Karen.
Yeah.
Alafu I really wanted to make this film thing work. I used to work from Githurai, Kimbo, Progressive, to Karen. I went to that set. I can't leave that set when people are leaving. Lazima ningoje wase waende, cause taki watu one, niko na shida. Na niko tu hapo nasema, no, wacha watu waishiwa kishia, mimi walk back.
Uanze kutembea.
But natembea nikapata mse fulani hapo hivyo, akaniambia hiyo check. Unaenda? Dao. Ambia naenda down na kudrop. Akamwambia sawa. They dropped me. So when you say that story, it just reminds me of things that not even I and Butita or anyone else, but so many other men that go through situations where you just have to fight your way up.
Yeah, and also like there's something that you've said and I was really thinking about, and you were saying that men have really let us down and everything. And I know it's just the other day that women, we were marching, we were saying end femicide, we were saying we have a right to live, and we do, truly, we deserve to be alive. Sindio, no one died, made you judge, jury, and executioner, useme who you, they do not deserve to live again. Sindio, hata mtu akufanyie nini, you cannot take away their lives, and it's important and
it's undeserved.
Yeah, and
that English word that I don't.
And it's paramount for us women to be angry and to know that and to fight. It is important that we are angry, because if we're not angry, then we'll not do anything.
Yeah, that's
but
right. Yeah.
Also, it is very, 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 very important for us to know or to make sure that we're not blinded by our anger. Because sometimes I go there online and I see things and I feel like sometimes we women lose the perspective of what we are fighting. And the truth is, right now, why it is so difficult for women to bring in and draw in men into this fight that we are in, because it's a fight na haitaisha leo.
Yeah.
We have generational
Gen Z, Alpha.
Gen Alpha hata hawajaanza kwenda shule, but we have so many generational stereotypes and what are they called, and just sijui nitaziitaje, but there's so many things that we need to break. Na haitaisha leo. The change that we want won't come today.
Yeah,
I might not enjoy my change today, but maybe my children will. That is why we need to fight. But what I'm saying is sometimes we're so angry, we forget what we are fighting. And what we are fighting is not men. We're not fighting
We're not
men.
the problem.
We are fighting a culture that has been engraved in the brains of men and women. Because even when we talk about FGM, it is not men that practice FGM. It is women that practice FGM. It is women that take these children and go and hide them. So we are not fighting men. And we're not fighting women. We're fighting a culture that has ingrained so many things that are wrong in our brains.
Shut
up, Jesse. So tukika chini tuseme, oh, men hate women. It's so bad. And I feel so bad when I see this online because we are angry. And it is important that we're angry. But when you're blinded by your anger, you're not fighting the right things. You're not going to win this fight because you're angry and you're not doing the things that are going to bring the change. Change will not be brought by matching peke yake.
Or by tweeting like men
is it
trash.
No, let me tell you, is it important to match? Very important that we go to match, yeah? Is it important that we tweet and say stop killing us and have a hashtag? Very important. But is that the only thing that will bring change? If we do that, will that bring change peke yake? No, that will not bring change. We need to do things. We need to take action. Like, we need to make sure that our constitution yenyewe, it is on our side. The law by itself is on our side. So no, we need to make sure that the perpetrators wakienda kotini hawapati jail time ya 1 year, 6 months. Watu wakwe punished vizuri. So we need to make sure that the MPs, those are our legislators, they are making laws to protect us. But sasa mkikasirika sana, mtasahau that there are things to be done. You will be utakuwa so focused hapo online ukitweet, hutaenda kwa ground kufanya what is supposed to be done. We need to march, we need to tweet, we need to change our laws, we need to have conversations. We need to listen. How men when you unataka uwa change, you need to talk to them. Because again, am I going to tell you that I deserve to live as much as you do if I'm not talking to you? If I'm only talking to women who know that we need to live.
Or women that are inciting you.
We need to talk to men and women. We need to talk to the older generation. We need to talk to the younger generation. We need to do so many things. But when you're very, very... Actually, I was listening to Adele one day, just the other day. And I had Adele talk, na nikajambia, you know what, I'm not crazy. Because I really wanted to say this, but I wanted to record a story and put it on my Instagram. But nikajambia siku hizi na posting kitu Instagram, watu wanachukua na peleka TikTok, wanaongea, wanafanya hiyo, nikasema acha tu nikule pause. But then I had Adele talk, and I was like, I'm actually not crazy. And Adele said that why it's so difficult for men to isn't to this idea of women need to be safe. It is because my safety is posed as a threat to you. Na mimi nikikuwa safe, hakuna kitu inakuzuia wewe kuishi.
Nothing at all, yeah.
But how we fight and how we bring out the message is like something needs to be taken away from the man so that the woman can be at peace.
So do you think there's a certain level of toxicity in women that affects how the boy child thinks and reacts to things?
I wouldn't call it toxicity. I would just say also it comes from years of frustration, years of suffering, years of being abused emotionally, physically, financially, so many ways that you're so angry, you're not able to separate yourself from that situation and think of what is important or solutions. We are so hapo ndani, tuko ndani ya hiyo situation so much.
Ya pain, tuko ndani ya pain.
Tuko kwa pain sana.
Tumekorogwa, yeah.
Exactly. And what actually, that is the thing Adele said. Adele said, akianza advocacy yake, when she started her advocacy work, because Adele's story, she talks about how she's been raped and she's very open about it. And she says when she was beginning her advocacy work, in the beginning, she was very angry. She was very angry. And it is good that she's angry because she channeled all that energy to start her initiative and do these things and take those steps. But also as she did that, I think she got healing from those things, from helping other people. She healed herself on the way. And now she says she's not working from a point of anger anymore. She's not angry anymore. Of course, there's sometimes, ukipatana na victims, it's overwhelming. But she's not angry anymore. But
do you think, like, now that's a very good point. Adele operated from a point where she was raped and she had all those things that went affected her, whatever she's currently doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are men out there that have been defiled.
Yeah.
Kuna wanaume pale nje wenyewe, Like I don't know whether I should name the names because I don't know that it's factual, but I read a story about a victim that had an incident and they trended on social media, and they said that this guy was taken somewhere and he was sodomized. Do you think that men have been closed in a box to a point where if someone comes, if I'm put in a place and men sodomize me, I can't talk about it, because if I do talk about it, I'm going to look a certain type of way. But for ladies, wewe dem unaweza toka like juzi mbona dem wa Quiver. Sio Quiver Kitengela ameka video. Amesema sijui wewe nani, I don't know that was the whatever supervisor. Sijui lazima tukupe ndo nini, like the supervisors.
Oh yeah, I had the waitresses amani kina.
The waitresses like the waitress apart sijui nani ndio. I don't know how true that is.
That was quite unfortunate.
But you see, if the same thing happens to a man, if maybe there are male waiters that are in such spaces, wanafanya the same thing, but they can't speak up. So do you think like our society has our society has made men become confined to a point that naweza sodomisiwa, naweza rapiwa, naweza mama ananiambia kama unikuli kupatia job, mimi ndio CEO ISG Bank A corporate A, nini, if you don't come to my house and fuck me, I'm not giving you this job. And we can't speak about it. But women have the liberty to speak about it. Do you think like men have been kidogo kanyagiwad?
Actually, Jesse, and that brings me back to my point of we're not fighting men, we're not fighting women, we're fighting a society. Because this society or this culture, we're fighting a culture actually.
It's a culture,
It's a culture we're fighting. This culture told men that they're superior to women, they're the bosses, they are the heads, and they are strong.
Are you disputing that?
Listen to me. No.
Are you disputing that men are the heads?
Just let me listen first. Let me finish first. Okay. The society said, men, you're the heads, men, you're strong, men, nobody can tell you.
You shouldn't cry.
Men, you're not vulnerable, you're not a human being, you're a god. Sindio? And if you're a god, you can't be weak.
That's what they say.
You can't cry. No, like I'm saying, it's like the way society.
Why not disappearing?
Ah, shut up. I said God, I didn't say magician.
Oh.
So, nikusema mchawi, chalo.
The summon ancestors. The kanyaga ground wa mke.
Utaita guka babu. So like I was saying, society, it's lied to men that they are so up there.
Lied. That's Makena, that's a very strong word.
No, it is true. It lied to men that they're so up there, and up there in the eyes of society is you're untouchable, you're not human. And in not being human, it means you can't cry, you can't be hurt. There's no way a woman can hurt you. How can you be raped by a woman?
There's no woman can beat you.
How can you be beaten by a woman? How can you be abused by a woman?
Hey, kuna siku nimeongolewa dredi. Hey. Jepunda wanaziokota.
Yeye ni akujitakia. If it is that
yeah, akujitakia. My friend Jeptum, shout out to you Jeptum.
But anyway, but here we do not condone violence, guys. Hakuna msiseme ati yeye walisema ni akujitakia, hakuna vita ya kujitakia.
No, kuna vita ya kujitakia because you see the things
like there is, but don't beat someone.
I always say no, don't beat someone. Why can't you just walk away from trouble and even come into a relationship? Because Makena, I've known you for probably about 7 or 8 years.
Stop lying. 5.
See 5.
21, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, 5 years. Shit, I feel like 7.
It feels like it's longer.
It feels like I've known you more than. But Tangu, no, there are things that at least you wanna express.
Yeah.
You can just. Unless you come and say, sorry. Makena usinifungia kwa nyumba yangu. You've ever once you've ever locked me outside my own house. Outside my own house.
Let's be clear, I was outside, I was inside.
Yeah, Makena was inside the house.
Unajua watu wanaweza dhani nilikuwa nakupiga ukisema nilikufungia kwa nyumba.
It's equally violating, but ulinifungia nje. But you see, I understood because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you just need to know.
Jesse.
Life iko hivyo. Unajua life is all about if you I have so many women friends around me.
Yeah.
Now I understand that there are certain limits as a man, and the way upbringing is, because me the way I was brought up, I've never seen my dad shout at my mom.
Yeah.
I've never seen my dad. If my mom shouts at my dad, which is occasionally, and my dad will just respond smoothly, like my dad will just do things like he's just a proper man.
Yeah.
And that's what I've grown up seeing. And that's why for me, it's easy when a woman, and I think that's why, I don't know whether it's a weakness. Some men call it a weakness. Because I own a simp, bra, when mnyonge. But the way I've grown up seeing my dad treat my mom is the same way I'm treating my woman.
Yeah.
But now there's a kid. Kuna ile kijana mwenye anaingia kwa nyumba anapata madhake na black eye, macho imefunga, madhake haone shit.
Yeah.
That kid grows up knowing beating a woman is okay.
Yeah. Women have to be disciplined.
Yeah, mwanamke lazima awekwe laini.
In fact, in households where the last born son has a say than the mother.
That's true.
Yeah.
But do you think it's the right thing to do? Do you think not the right thing? Of course, it's never the right thing.
Yeah.
But do you think whatever happens when you're growing up shapes your current behavior?
Absolutely, 100%. Because that is.
But I shape yako Makesh.
It did
Okay.
Completely, because that's your reference for everything.
Because that's what you see when you're growing up.
You have nothing else, like that is all you have. And then your formative years, they're so important because that is where you grab everything. That is how you know. In fact, someone said it changes you a lot if your mom is your first friend or if your mom is your first bully. If for a girl. So for the same thing with your dad as a man, if your dad is a friend, if your dad is a bully, it changes who you are.
That's true.
As a man, because it affects your relationship with yourself. So because it changes your relationship with yourself and it changes your relationship with other people. Now you treat yourself, obviously will be a reflection of how you treat other people.
So do you think, what if today I met you in a social place, alafu Makesh tuseme umelewa ukuje ugonge tu Jesse, alafu Jesse aseme msichana anafanya nini, kushike nywele nikupiganishe chini. So are you saying that is out of what I've been seeing?
I'm saying, Jesse, what I do to you, you have no control over.
But how I respond, I have control over.
You have control over. So it speaks more about you. It speaks, are you able to control your anger? Because sometimes you might be hitting someone because you think they deserve it.
Yeah, most of the time. That's what men think.
Yeah, and then now, you're so angry, uchapanishe mtu kichwa chini, akufe.
Yeah, sad.
Sasa wewe uende jela, did you deserve?
Yeah, I don't know. That's
you didn't deserve to be. See, jela is not your place. Ni ujinga tu yako imekupeleka hapo. Unaona? Sasa utaenda jela for nothing. Think about yourself, because you can beat someone and then hata unacheki watu wa karate, like people who are watu wa martial arts and everything. Those guys are so disciplined.
They walk away.
They are the most disciplined people. They know in any fight there was a point any of you could have de-escalated it. There's a point any of you would have just walked away. Those people know you only fight when you're defending yourself.
Yeah, defensive, yeah.
When it's necessary, because
I have a friend and should I say the name? Mama should say.
You don't have to.
But I have to say because it's out in the public. However I put it, it knows. Like Balo. I've known Balo for a number of years.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I do not know what transpired. I don't know the situation around it. But you know, there are cases where Balo probably did nothing, but now because of what happened, you are paying for it.
Yeah.
So is it a situation where your boyfriend and as a let's say your boyfriend is me. Na nimekuja kwa nyumba zangu zimeshika. Nimevuta nini, nimefanya nini, nimekuja na nani. Alafu umejam.
Yeah.
Alafu labda tu uchukue tu kikombe, uchukue tu chupa. Hii chupa imeandikwa hii ni Vida, actually imeandikwa Vida waters. Shout out to Vida. Unigonga na hii chupa. Alafu probably niko na condition yenye inafanya something just happens, I die. Do you think that person should be convicted? Is it because wako kwa situation yenye I can't dive further into that story.
Yeah,
but Kenya nile kuna lenye unazoona lakini umesema utagonga msea kufe.
Yeah. But you see also, why were you being violent in the first place? Obviously your intention was not murder.
No one's apart from the serial killers.
Yeah.
Stand kama kuna mtu mwenye intentions zake, even the guys that kill people in Airbnbs.
No.
Wachana wengine wenye
kuna wenye wa visu. Mtu anachukua kisu anataka kukufanya ni kukupapasa.
Unaweza kudara na kisu.
Yo. BDSM on another level.
But there's there are people that call you to watu Airbnb. Kuna wale wenye wamekuja kufanya murder.
Yeah.
Na kuna wale wenye tumekaa mkova good time. Hey, but Jesse amejamsha Makena amerusha Jesse wa balcony.
Yeah.
Jesse ameanguka, Jesse amedie. Do you think it's bottled emotions, or they've carried forward hurt and pain that just makes them make decisions that will F their lives forever?
Yes, sometimes people overreact and they act from a point of emotions. But Pia, sometimes you're just a murderer. Sometimes let's call a spade a spade. Sometimes where you just have it in you. And that's just the kind of person you are.
Yeah, there are murderers out there. Like, I know that's whatever you're saying is right. Kuna murderers, kuna wenye they preempt the entire thing, they strategize, they even know how your body is going to get dumped, all that. But kuna mwenye Jesse has been hurt his entire life, and then akona Dame, and then Dame amemprovoked to a point where Jesse feels he in limit. Jesse probably has a gun.
Yeah.
Or Jesse doesn't have a gun. Jesse has a knife. Jesse has a dunga. Makesh kwa shingo. By the time people decide to come, you're dead.
Yeah.
So do you think like there's too much heart in the boy child that it affects and changes so many things on how they interact with the women?
It's true that obviously people come from a point of heart and all those things, and hata ukisikia watu, even when you go online and you check even in the comment section, that I really try to avoid kwa post kama hizo, because you can get really angry when you see how some people reason. It's usually about alikula pesa yangu, enye nimefanya hii, anafikiria nini. It's like we are punishing them. I will punish you. Like I'm punishing you for this. It's like they deserve it. They deserve punishment, and they had it coming. Na iwe funzo. And if they continue, we will continue until they learn.
Have you ever been in a position where...
Let me finish, Jesse. Hiyo ndio feeling ya the men. Because again, I say a culture. Because between men and women, Jesse, which gender do you think has been hurt for the longest time?
Women.
Women.
Yeah.
Because it starts with our great grandmothers. and their mothers and their great grandmothers. Inatoka huko. Inatoka so far, because sometimes even we don't know sacrifices that our mothers made.
Yeah, that's true.
And our mothers for very many years wamekuwa kifunika aibu ya baba zetu.
Because that's even though waliambiwa mwanamke ni kucheza chini.
Never ndivyo wamefunzwa. So if it is anger, if it is hurt, women are carrying anger. Women are carrying hurt. But more men are killing women than women are killing men. Women are killing men, true.
But on a very like kidogo.
We are killing each other. But why is it that wanawake wanauliwa sana na wanaume? Because of the culture. The culture that told men they are superior. You're superior, so kama wewe ni mkubwa you can punish me. Juu mimi ni mtoto. Women and children one side. Akikosea unamchuna.
Unagonga, unachukua mshipi.
Yes, they have to be disciplined. Kwa sababu how will they learn? Because if it was anger and hurt, we women would have taken upon ourselves kusema we'll teach them our lesson. Anatupiga, twende pia yetu mpige. Let's go castrate one.
Jenzi watakukujia wanakuvaa.
Let's castrate one by one wenye wana rape, and na wakifanya tutafanya tena. But even if we come and castrate, it will be wrong because it's against the law. It's not in my position, in my place to punish.
So where do what do you think is the bridge between, because we have hurt women, we have hurt men or men that have grown up seeing beating women, kupiga wa mama in normal. What do you think is the bridge? What is the bridge? What should we do as men so that we can live in harmony with women?
Let me tell you, Jesse. Sahi, hatujui because we've not lived in a world right now. The people who know that world is the people that lived pre-colonial period, because your time hakukuwa na patriarchy, hakukuwa na feminists, all of us loved each other and the society worked and everything worked.
So una accept feminist is a thing that was created to just...
Yes, feminism is not an African thing.
So you think feminism is affecting the boy child?
Let me say this, feminism came up because there was patriarchy. Sawa, feminism is as a result of patriarchy. Patriarchy is as a result of colonialism. We didn't have feminism, we didn't have patriarchy. There was no need for feminism because there was no patriarchy. Men didn't feel they were better than women. So there were no feminists, there were no people saying, oh, women are equal to men. And because of feminists, now they are toxic feminists.
So many of them. But online, mnaturamba.
Yeah, because toxic feminism may come up because of feminism. Feminism has come up because of patriarchy. Hizi vitu zote haziko kwa pre-colonial period. It wasn't there.
So the problem, according to you, the problem is colonialism.
The problem is colonialism. In fact, for me, every solution to my problem is use me as a blame colonialist button, ni mimi, because I don't know how right or wrong I am. I could be, this is just my theory. But
that's Makena's opinion.
This is Makena's opinion, yeah? I feel like before they came, hatukuwa na stories za corruption, hatukuwa na stories za ati sijui kuna nini, men, women worked together. The government that was there, we had the religious.
Actually, we were ruled by the religious.
Yeah. We had a religious system, we had a political system. We had systems that worked very well.
Until the Bible came.
It was very smooth, everything was working. Until a system that isn't ours was introduced.
What's the system?
To us.
What's the system?
The Western system.
But how did they come?
They came, first of all, kwao, they were disrespecting men and women.
Yeah.
Men were disrespecting women. So when they came here and they found the African man exalting the African woman and the African woman doing what is right by the African man, they were confused. They
shit.
Hapa wanaamini ati mko tu hivi so mnakaa so primitive, but
na ngozi. Tumefunga ngozi.
Tumevaa ngozi, hatuna machinery, hatuna nini. And you want to tell me
matuta.
And then you want to tell me that a woman can be a queen. What
a woman is always a queen.
Yeah, a woman.
The problem is, I agree with whatever you say nakubali. Because ukiangalia kuna I always feel like, because I don't think when our forefathers were there, I do not think like Africa had a thing like these boundaries, like now you're crossing into TZ, Karibu sijui, Zambia, nini.
No.
They're not, those things are not there.
And then you know how funny it is, hata hatukukuwa na Kiswahili a common language. But we traded, we lived in harmony. People raided each other, yes, but tulikuwa tunajua it's business. Haturep, tunaenda kuiba wanawake wenyu na watoto. Tuwaoe.
Wakilete generation. Sawa.
Si mnafanya hivyo bado mnakula mabibi wenyewe. Ama?
Nani?
That's gender. That's gender.
Kama ni wewe unakula mabibi wenyewe, weka hapo kwa comment. Tuambie unawadishi.
It's a no goes.
But no, bra, umeenda but kunikumbusha no goes on. Cause I feel like kuna point enyewe we African, because I mean our grandfathers, our great grandfathers, the women were not weak.
They weren't.
Hawakuwa ati weka hapa. No, they were like strong women that ran the family, and I think that's why I always advocate for the family to be run by the woman. Women can be something else like providers, and it does not mean that like ati dem atakuwa provider.
Yeah.
You can be the provider, but at the end of the day, dem do anaran family. Naona kuna mabwana za kwambia manze dem yangu alikam kwangu akachange curtains. Bro nimeingia kwa nyumba, curtains zilikuwa red zaini grey.
Yeah.
Carpet ilikuwa blue zaini white.
Yeah, because our strength is in our strength is in our intellect, our emotions,
also
our soul. Nisi wajinga you actually, you know, nisi wajinga because you know actually, in fact, kwa situation ya decision making and those things, that is why for me na feminist msinirushe mbaya, hata mkinirusha ni shida yenu. Toxic feminists, not feminists. Me, I am a feminist.
But ni wengi, those toxic feminists, there are so many.
Yeah, they're toxic na wondo wanatuharibia. Personally, I am a feminist. Are you a feminist?
No, I'm pro-boy child.
Do you know what a feminist is, Jesse?
Please explain to me. Not even to me, explain to the people. That's your camera.
Okay, a feminist is... Okay, let me ask you. Jesse, do you believe that I have equal rights as much as you do?
Yeah, always.
Do you believe if I do the same job as you do, I need to be paid the same way you're paid?
Yeah.
Do you believe then I deserve equal opportunities in education, jobs, healthcare, hizo vitu zote, same as you?
Yep.
Then you're a feminist. A feminist is...
Ngoja. Guys, hiyo ni description yake. Yenyu nioneni kwa comments.
Yeah. A feminist, Jesse, and you, my dear viewer. Yeah. A feminist is anyone who believes that my rights as a woman.
But you want to say there are men out there that think like udem kama mina and 20k, udem anafaa ku earn 15.
Yes.
There are men out there like
Jesse,
that.
yes. I am a woman. I cannot be given that position. I cannot be the CEO of a company. I'm a woman.
But I have CEOs in the companies that are like,
Yeah.
for example, right now, Sylvia Mulinge, she's the CEO for MTN Uganda. She's a female, but and
Jesse, acha nikuulize sahi, why was the woman rep seat created?
tough one.
The most useless seat. The most useless position and iliwahi creatiwa.
Woman rep.
The woman rep.
So the Pasaris kidogo wako nje.
Oh, useless.
Anatumika.
Because
so Pasaris next time go for senator, governor, ama ukuje uende MP.
Yeah, because if I ask you, Jesse, kazi ya woman rep according to the constitution ni gani?
I don't think it was a useless. I just think the women rep that we've had, they've not represented the position. I feel like a woman rep is someone who understands female problems and they can bring them to parliament. But now if you vote for women reps that their mind is just, I just want the power, I want the car with the sirens, out of fight here.
Can I tell you why woman rep I say is a useless position? it's because woman rep hana kazi.
Hebu Google hapo kazi ya responsibility of a woman rep.
Woman rep hana funding. Unafanya nini?
Na kuna for real. Okay, hizo claims ni Google.
Angalieni woman rep.
Hebu Google kama woman rep akona kazi na funding.
Woman rep, kazi yote ya woman rep inaweza kufanywa na MP.
But that's
kazi yote, let me tell you, unaona kazi yote ya woman rep, there is someone to do it already. And why do I say it's the most useless position? It was a sympathy position, just to balance, because according to the constitution, ni 2/3 ama what, the 2/3 rule.
2/3, which has not actually been actualized.
Paka sahi.
Hakuna 2/3.
Hata na hiyo kiti ya women rep, it was put there so that we can actualize the constitution. And nasema 2/3. Inasema 2/3. Women rep wote bado haijafika 2/3. It was just a sympathy position because kazi ya woman rep hana funding, hana nini. There's nothing she can do. She depends on her MP, she depends on her senator, she depends on her governor. She cannot make change on her own. So why is she there?
Is it true?
It is true, Jesse. Angalieni.
Na Google as a woman rep.
Jesse, let me tell you as we continue. Unajua kwa nini nasema ni very useless na why it had to be created is because in society kuna mtu tu hawezi votia mwanamke juu ni mwanamke. Siasa si kazi ya mwanamke. Siasa ni kazi ya mwanamume. So hata mimi nikisimama
but inafaa kwa compliment because si wanaume tuko corrupt.
No,
but wangu ni votie but they must kuanga.
No,
I agree whatever you're saying, I agree. I feel like I don't know but najua Kenya women rep wanafaa kuwa so strong to a point where women rep need to be part of the decisions.
No, you know why I'm saying it's a sympathy position. If it was a true and they were really, if you are serious about this, then sema hizi ndo kazi yake, ndo pesa yake tumemwaloketia, hii ndo tutafanya hivi, ndo tutafanya hivi. Sasa Pasari akiweka mataa amesaidia wanawake aje.
Hata kaka mataa kwa women rep.
Alikuwa nini?
Alikuwa tu CEO wa Dr. Light.
Akitafuta nini? Akitafuta kiti.
Sio ongezi mimi siona mataa ameweka.
Hata at least maybe tunasema maybe aliweka matando tujione vizuri tukienda nyumbani.
Muone mkitikura. Ndio kitika anawaambia
adopt light. The light. Tuone tukiadopt light skin.
Shida ma light skin.
Anawaambia adopt a light skin. Not a light.
But I think I feel no, it's a very good point. I never thought I would speak about this in this podcast. But when you go political, I think a woman rep should be, because you see, us men don't understand women problems. We don't understand.
That's the problem.
That's
the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And that's what the
problem is, it's women's problem. It's a women's problem. That is why mpaka unajua Jesse, it's not a women's problem.
It's a society problem.
Jesse, if kama mimi niko na shida wewe uko na shida.
Kama unipenda tafuta nje, hiyo shida.
Be serious.
Okay.
Jesse, for sure, God forbid, I'm on my period and I can't afford sanitary towels, a tampon, a cap, and I need to come here and record this podcast with you, Jesse. Sitakuja, because I need to stay in the house. Sindio?
Yeah.
Kama watoto wenye wako huko mashinani, they don't go to school because they can't afford sanitary towels. They stay home. They stay home for approximately, I don't know how many days a year, but they stay home a lot.
They just make it like 4-5 days a week.
No, a month. Say.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Shut, man.
A week.
A month.
Atunyeshangi ni 7 days a week.
Nyisi El Nino.
Yeah, Nino.
I'm to babe.
Yeah, so.
But I get your point.
Yeah, so kama mimi niko na shida sitakuja pa Jesse na uta achieve what you wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
So it's not a woman problem. If it's a woman problem, then it's a society problem. Then if a girl is suffering, we're all suffering. If a boy is suffering, we're all suffering. That is why you need to educate yourself. Usijambie ati mimi sijui shida za madem. Ukipata mtoto na wanasha, you're my daughter, but mimi sijui shida za madem. Sasa tutadu.
But play the devil's advocate. Nikipata mtoto dem, sasa kuna mamake.
Akikufa, God forbid.
Hebu teme madam trangu dem.
God forbid.
Juu akikufa
sio tena. Utampeana kwa nyanya yake. Amleju wewe nao na wewe huwezi mlea because you're a man. No. You need to educate yourself.
If the mother dies.
That's what I'm saying. If the mother dies, not the daughter. If the mother dies, utafanya nini?
But there's some men wamefanya kitu so well, like this guy, is it Josiah?
I don't know. Yes, Josiah.
Hey, manze, Josiah, shout out to you, manze.
With his daughter.
Josiah
they have
and
such
Jay.
a good
I think the rest called Jay. I don't know, I might be wrong, but nipigi and utanyambia. But Josiah, you've done this thing so right since your wife died and the way you handled your daughter. Props to you. But there are men that can handle that.
All men can handle it.
But
all
not
men,
all that can.
All can, but not all will, but all can. If you decide to educate yourself and decide to, because there are women who raise boys. There are very many single moms who raise boys. Utaka kuniambia time ya
tunatuwekea bitterness.
No, time ya saka
mmetu kama boys but mmetupatia bitterness.
See whatever. Okay, I can't speak
but
for
kuna
them.
majority, those men that are raised, if you look at men that are raised by single moms, most of them in controversial men.
No, let me just say my experience. Let me just say with my experience, because I've dated like 2 people who were raised by single moms.
Who and who? Kaende. Kifo Kaende.
Jeff Bezos and Barack Obama. Yeah, so
what was your experience with these men that were
from single parents?
What was the difference between them and men that have been raised by both parents? What was the difference? What was the big difference?
Actually, I can't say. For me, and I'm not speaking for everyone, I just found them to be very understanding people.
Ooh.
Yeah, very like...
Raised from single women,
yes,
very understanding.
Yes, like understanding me as a woman. Like it's someone who's very considerate of me, very considerate of my feelings. They're very open-minded. They know. And one thing about them, I would say, they know, they're aware that there's a lot they don't know. They're aware. As opposed to men who don't even know that they don't know.
But I think that men that think they know everything about women,
they know nothing.
They're kidogo fact, man.
They actually know nothing. Those ones are the ones that know completely nothing. But these ones, and these ones that actually were raised by single parents, they know that women are complex and they need to be understood, and they haven't even dived into it. And so they're open-minded. So any scenario, you can explain, no, this is not how it goes. Please handle it like this next time. Na taskiza.
Now vice versa. Women that have been raised by single moms and they've been told men are trash, men are dogs, usiwahi trust mwanaume kukatia, hepa. Run. What? Because you see, you've explained nicely for men, but now for those ladies that have been raised by single moms. Now unajua tu, you've grown up seeing your mom hating men. What do you tell to those girls? Because those are the same girls, when they come into relationships, they come with expectations that are probably...
They're coming from
affected by what they've been seeing.
They're actually coming from a place of trauma. So how they're handling things, it's like from a point of defense.
So how would you advise those women?
To be honest, that is that's a difficult one, and it's very unfortunate.
Have you ever been in a point of defense in your life?
Not quite, and this I spoke on Nani Kingori's show when I went there with
Who's Kingori?
Dr. Kingori.
Who's Dr. Kingori?
Shut up.
Alikuwa ameenda strike.
So
I watched that.
yeah, the thing is, I spoke about that because my mom was a single mom, but my dad was in the picture. So it's not like, but it wasn't always like that.
Smooth. It wasn't like
Yeah, to be honest. And my mom and my dad met when my mom was really, really young. And they got me, and then they decided to part their.
At how old were they when they got you?
My mom was 19, turning 20. Yes. Yeah.
Makena.
Yeah.
Alikuwa legal.
She was a baddie. That's why she was bad to the bone.
Wrong number.
She was bad to the bone.
And I find the bad boys 4. Uko hapo ndani.
So my mom, she was quite young. So obviously they went through.
How old was your dad?
My dad was probably like 12 years older than my mom. So my dad was like.
Guys, niko hapa mimi niko.
My dad.
Kido that. But Coco Chino than the DM.
Yeah, my mom was way ahead of y'all, okay? So my mom was 19, my dad was 31. They met, they had the relationship, decided to part their ways. My mom left, and in the early
So your dad
years,
never left, your mom left.
My mom is the one who left.
Why
with
did she
me.
leave? According to what she tells you.
She doesn't tell me. Even if it was out, my mom just said it didn't work out, she left. And I will get that, Jesse.
Okay.
My mom akatoka na akaenda na mimi. So in the first few years, maybe when I was 1, 2, 3, my dad didn't get to see me. But from the moment I was 4, my dad was able to see me. And you know, by the time I was 4, my mom was 24. So my mom was still a child, and there are some decisions that she made that were very emotional. And
Umetamada mtoi.
Alikuwa mtoto kwani?
19 si mtoi.
Ni mtoi.
Si akona ID?
Ni mtoto, huyo ni mtoto kwa na mtoto. And you know what I'm saying, Jesse?
Sile sijui kwa
Shut the fuck up, niku school. So
class 8. Hapa niko 8 4 Makena.
I just said Makena. So, my mom was quite young, so a lot of decisions that she made were very emotional and very selfish. But at some point in her life, she tried to correct those mistakes. And because she did, I got to have a very beautiful relationship with my dad. Something that I can never exchange anything for. Something that I'm so glad I had. And one thing that I would not be who I am, and I would not be the same person if I didn't have. So usually I feel so bad, and this I said, Koyosha Kingori, I usually sympathize with the children of women that keep their children away from their fathers, or their fathers away from children.
Did your mom keep you away from your dad?
I think for the first 3 years of my life, I'm not sure of the story kabisa, so I can't speak for her, but najua, there was a time I didn't see my dad in my early years. So I don't know if it was my mom who kept me away or if it's my dad who didn't come. Away. I'm not sure.
No, but your dad came.
Evidently. So, I'm not sure what happened there. But I know that the relationship I had with my dad can never be replaced with anything else. It can never be replaced. And there's this thing that I say.
How old were you when you started talking to your dad?
I was young. I was really young. I don't have so many memories, but my mom told me nilikuwa mdogo bado. Nilikuwa nimeanza shule though.
So unafikiria kama mother yako angekwambia kuhusu your dad when the moment they decided to go apart, do you think it would have been different?
That?
When they decided to go apart.
If immediately he came into my life, I don't know, cause I don't have those memories. Ingekuwa bado nikiwa mdogo sana. But what is important is from the time that I remember, he was there. And there's this thing that I say, and I keep saying, as a mom, you can love your child so much. You can love your child to death, but you can only be the mom to that child.
You can never be the dad.
Hata nikupende aje, siwezi kupenda kama mom na dad. Naweza kupenda tu kama mom. I can love you so much. I can work so hard for you. I can give you all the opportunities. I can take you I work so hard for you, but I can only be your mom. I can never be your dad. I can never love you like your dad. Can never be there for you like a dad. So taking away that from a child is very selfish.
It's harsh.
If you ask
very
me,
selfish, yeah.
It's very selfish. And you know, trauma damages the brain. So this child, you've damaged the brain. You've done something wrong to them.
Sasa Makena ameenda kudate sijui nani.
Umemkosea.
Ako bitter.
You've fucked the relationship. Sorry, pardon my French. You've messed the relationship life. You've messed so many things. How even they interact with people at work. You've messed it up for them. If you're doing it, if the dad decides to go, let it be.
So do you think?
But don't be the one to take that away. In fact, even for me,
let it be organic.
Let it be organic. Let it be that the dad stayed away. Let it not be that it's on you.
It's you that like deny them.
Yes, whether it's a girl or a boy, they both need their dad.
Everyone needs their father.
And for me, let me tell you, it's a very strange idea for me. It's a very foreign idea for me. For someone to, and I'm not judging anyone. I am completely not judging anyone, to each their own. But it's very strange for me, for someone to say ati mimi sitaki bwana, tukatua toi. Nenda nizae, pate mtoi, nimlee. Because like, you've made a decision for this person. Umemwamulia kwa maisha yake hata kwa na baba. You've taken away something from their life, and you've played God in their life.
So what I'm hearing
I feel
from
like
you
if you just want a child, the children who are parentless, take them.
But that's different.
No, I feel like you'd rather upgrade and give them one parent because they had 0 parent.
All right.
No, for me, that is me. I'm not saying kila mtu anafaa kufanya hivyo. In your opinion yangu. Kwangu ni huyu msee alikuwa na 0 parent. Akikuwa na 1 parent, that's better. As opposed to someone who had a chance. I'm not saying it's a 100% chance, but they had a chance of having 2 parents, which is essential. But also umempatia 1 parent.
I'll give you I'm thinking of an example, because I feel like kidogo women are kidogo misjudged. And by misjudged, namaanisha, if I look online, the women that have been misjudged, and I will look at Diana Marwa. She's been very misjudged. Maybe. I look at Maverick Aoko. They've been misjudged. Have you ever been misjudged to a point where you feel like you guys don't understand women? Because I feel like these 2 women that I've mentioned, at some point, they might come out strong in public. Wanaweza kuja seme, wanaweza tweet, tupeke post, muta sema kenye unasema, I am still Diana, I am still Maverick, I'm still Makena, I'm still Jane, I'm still whoever. Do you think like women can take something off that?
Of who?
Of like, because I think the reason I'm giving them as example is because they've managed to maneuver the social media trolls. They've managed to just fight for themselves online. And I know maybe it's difficult for them. Maybe at some point on a feeling
it is difficult.
Maybe they go back to their rooms and cry.
Yeah.
Maybe Aoko tunakujua kama msee mwenye uko strong, but maybe they go back to their rooms and cry. Do you think that young girls, especially the Gen Zs, can take something out of that? Like, it's not necessarily what people say about you that shapes you, it's what you think about yourself.
Yeah, and actually, just let me tell you, being strong has never come naturally to anyone. Being strong is always a necessity. It comes from...
Lazima ukiangumu Nairobi lazima.
Like, being strong is a necessity. It comes from problems. Is you're facing something, so you need to grow the strength. You need to acquire the strength to fight something. But kwenye tu just uko na mado, umerelax, uko poa.
Kai umesema sana do.
Nasema siku zenye, the days where life is balanced. Yeah, like everything is balanced in your life. Yeah. Do you need to be strong on those days? At home, like I'm saying, at home, they're happy, healthy, everything is going on well. Your job is going on well, finances ziko sawa, your relationship is good, your friendships is in a flow, like uko na opportunities left, right. When everything is going so well for you, do you ever feel the need to be strong? Apana. It's when you have problems that you need to be strong.
Because uko na do manze.
Uko tu sawa.
F you man.
I don't need to be strong for what? So kina Diana na huyo umesema?
Aoko.
They need to be strong because it's a necessity that has come because they need to fight.
It's a defense mechanism.
Nobody wants to wake up and be like, I have to be strong. Nataka kuamka nikiwa strong. No. Everyone wants to be soft, relaxed, and to be chilled. No, hala. You know, I want to just vibes and inshallah. No one wants to be.
Okay, kwa nyumba kibebo na flood.
Nataka tu kwa body ya Eric.
Nisikia Eric anaitwa siku hizi Noah.
Mkombozi.
Eric kama iko pia kamera kwa Eric, ukitengeneza arc, please. Mimi ndio bad. I'm the first male fisi. Ni bebe.
2x2. Timu wao kwa wao.
Zingine, mimi peke yangu ndafanya mambo yangu.
Utaki mwingine.
Sitaki fisi zingine.
So it's not at nobody wants to wake up and be kila siku ende una fight, kila siku ende unafanya, but it's a necessity because you need to defend yourself.
But I don't think women need that. Like not women, like everyone needs. Like for us men, we have people that fight for us. We have people like Eric Atamka, Eric Omonde Atamka, Asubuhi.
It's a necessity. We need. It's a necessity.
Mimi Jesse says she fight here. Maybe niko hurt in a certain way. Najifungia kwa room, alafu nafungua simu nione Amerix amesema whatever that, I don't even know, aseme whatever Amerix tweets, and then I feel encouraged. Ni feel ni kama Amerix is my voice. Is it? And I feel like it's the same thing for women, because women unaweza amka usikie Maverick ndo voice yangu, Diana ndo voice yangu, sijui nani ndo voice yangu. Do you think like in our generation or in us young people, do you think like we need voices to help us maneuver our emotions?
Yeah, we do need voices for sure. Obviously, we need people to speak up because we need people to create awareness and for people to know that hupitiki tunapitia peke yako, and so that people are able to speak up and express themselves, and so that we can have conversations, so that we can fix the problems that we have. But also, our 2020 role models know that they are also not God. Don't put all your hope in them. Juki put all the hope in them. They're also human beings. In your manner, someone will mess up and they're in the limelight, and we're also angry, we're also disappointed. And I'm just wondering, why are you angry? They're a human being, they mess up. It's just that they're messing up mbele yetu in the limelight. So you just know, pick whatever you can pick. Just know what is necessary. You don't have to take everything. Wendo unajua. That's not, in life, there's not a template. You pick what you can pick from them. What works for you, take it. What doesn't work for you, leave it. Don't even fight it. Don't comment about it. Iwache. If it doesn't serve you, leave it alone. And just know they're also human beings. They've not been here before. They're living life for the first time. They're bound to mess up.
And they're going to die.
They are going to die. All of us, no one is coming out of this world alive. No one.
Guys, it's tough, man. Like,
tough.
This is like one of the best conversations I've had. Makesh, how many?
You know. You've been telling me, Jesse has been telling me atakuja atanita for until kingdom come. I've been waiting.
Mwengoja kama Yesu. If my actual name is Justus. If you go to Colossians 4:11.
I know your name is Justus. I saw the shock that bisected me.
Like Justus Chalo,
and the other one Kyoko.
But sasa kujita Kyoko kujitaka kama Sami Kyoko. Sami Kyoko ameweza
kushona suti. No, I feel like Kyoko.
Sami ukifeel kuna suti za
valisha huko mkamba. Mleta suti ya mustard.
But Sami ngoja kidogo. Wewe ngoja season 2. Sasa niko na home. Wako sawa, wamenivision, niko happy na kafiti.
Ambia home hata mimi nataka.
So mbele kamera yako pale social.
Na are you me? I want as a guest, as your guest from you.
As a guest utabai na discount.
From you.
As a guest utabai na discount.
Aya. Sawa.
So kama ni 8,000, mimi natoa 1,000 unalipa 7.
Good. So nalipa 1,000 unalipa 7.
Home 5 umesikia watu wangu hapa hivi wanalia manzo wasema muwajenge. So lazima musota watu wangu. But thank you so much for coming, Makena.
Thank you so much for having me, Jesse.
It's been such a lovely conversation.
Thank you. Yeah.
But Makena atakuja round 2 cause sijamaliza but hata
ndio tumeanza. Yes.
Sijaanza niko na bombs. Sija drop. Niko na bombs. Nakumbuka Makena wakifungua milango kwa gari wakikimbia. Niko na mambo the way Makena amenipitisha through emotional trauma. Me as a boy child, I need therapy. Kama ni therapist hapo nje, please nitafute.
Jesse, kama ni hivyo, I will one up you. Mimi na Jesse kama ni kushindana nani amekosea mwingine.
Makena taribu. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Jopo sana na Stoto.
Thank you so much.
Mkisikia kama mnahitaji surgeon, dream yangu kwa surgeon. Niko high school biology ni pass. Na niko surgeon. So mkifeel na Stoto mnataka
ongea na Butita.
Ambia tu Butita unajua surgeon mwenye anatumia kamera.
I'll talk to Betty the producer.
Achana Betty.
Niongea na nani? Betty ndio mwenyewe wewe hujui kumbe.
Kumbe mimi sijui.
Wewe hujui.
Shit. Butita ruka Betty. Mimi ni surgeon. Naweza fanyia mambo, naweza wakata. Sijui wenye unafikiria but ndawakata bado. But thank you for coming. Thank you so much. It's been a lovely show.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Jesse. Guys, subscribe to Mend. Follow me on IG and TikTok, Makena Kahuha, and my Facebook page, Makena Kahuha.
Makena kwa Facebook.
Nataka kufungua, nataka kusema.
Sana furaji unajafungua.
Unajua ikitoka itakuwa imenini. So, follow me everywhere as Makena Kahuha. And I have a show coming up with Faiz Omar. So follow my page so that you can get more details. I might be coming to a university near you. So follow me. Ndio siwachwe nyuma. Sindo?
Na kujoka uni mimi ndakuwa nafanya podcast. Na Faiz ukujoka podcast. The next episode ni wewe.
Yeah.
So wewe utasirika unakam na usipokaa mimi ndachoma.
Yeah. And subscribe to my friend's channel. Ndio asirudi matu. Sawa?
Sisi pack bags man.
I pack bags. Sure. Ona hadi ashaweka dai kwa nywele. Mnataka I pack his bags.
Guys, dye is cut hata tunaona. My hair, my look, my dye is courtesy of Looku. Makena Rames. Unajua akisema ameiona.
Yeah, if I
Looku anatesa bra. Yeah. Kama utakuwa na Looku iko pale karibu na hii bypass juu ndio nini manze. Hii bypass ya Windsor kuna
unaweza kwa description.
Panda hapo Looku manze. But nitaweka link yao hapo. Follow Looku, enda Looku, nyolewa tengeneza nywele. Yeah. Wewe unafanya mama madem ningekupeleka pale manze uteswe.
Mimi niko na watu wangu.
But kama ni msee na unaona kitu ya madem nilipe ndaku advertise. So, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning. See you on the next episode.
Bye.
Okay, niko Illuminati. Give me pesa.